I want to see the public chat. Should I say anything right now? It's not up.
Southern California, the birthplace of beach volleyball. And this is Venice Beach and its world-famous boardwalk. But today on Prime, we have something a little bit different. Because just 1 mile inland, in the backyards of Harding Avenue, it's the legendary Shasta Venice Backyard Championships presented by Paul Mitchell. Prime presents the Shasta Venice Backyard Championships. A beautiful day in Southern California for volleyball, right in your own backyard.
Hi everybody, I'm Denny Lennon.
Sports Stories with Denny Lennon aims to bring its subscribers interesting, unique, and uplifting stories. You can find us at sportsstoriespodcast.com. We drop video, audio podcasts every Thursday and go live at 5 on Facebook 4 nights a week. That's Sports Stories with Denny Lennon.
Southern California, the birthplace of beach volleyball.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's Tuesday. VBC Show. You may have heard something on there about Facebook. We're off Facebook. We're on YouTube, so you can find us here. YouTube.com. Sports Stories with Denny Lennon. All our shows are here now. Before I bring in our producer for today's show, for VBC number 5, I just want to give a shout out to our they're like family and they're like brothers in the event business. That's the Gillis 50. As they said, regrettably, I just got that in the mail today. They are going to postpone until 2021, their 50th. So we got to give them props. We got a lot of inspiration from them. We just want the Crestmans to know we're with them, and everybody can go celebrate their great achievement with their event. But, you know, we're celebrating ours right here. And we got a producer this week who is one of the mainstays of the VBC. Not only was he a runner-up, but he was also the host, the award-winning host of Inside the VBC. Now, a producer for episode number 5.
You forgot what's up this week.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. Kipp, take it down. I have to just a second. We got to go with what's up this week on Sports Story. Christina always has to remind me. So Kipp Lennon, of course, producing tonight. That's a good shot. Here goes Gino. That's Gino Grajeda. Tomorrow, we're going to update the entire country of junior beach volleyball players, and there's a lot of them, and they're going to be updated about what's going on in the face of the pandemic that we're facing. So that'll be Gino updating us from his Hollywood office. We'll also have on David Wharton, who is the Los Angeles Times correspondent for the Olympics and international sports. David, a friend of the show, will be updating us on anything on international sports. So that should be a good one. Thursday, we drop episode number 2. Wayne Bowley, episode number 2. He definitely made some good points during the sit-down interview that we had right here in the 7428 studio. And it's a 3-parter. Episode 2 drops on Thursday. So hopefully you'll be in for that one. And then Friday is going to be a blast. A friend of the family and hopefully a friend of the show coming on Friday will be Mark Steinis. Now, Mark, you may recognize from Entertainment Tonight, and right there, he's the host of the Rose Parade each and every year. Mark was an all-state football player in Iowa before he played some college football in Iowa. And Mark will be coming on, and we're going to be breaking down the Rose Bowl, what it means to this Southern California community, and how the country's embraced it. Also on the show, that's right, that's Dub Benz. He used to play in the VBC. Dub Benz went on to be a very successful coach at Auburn University, in addition to some other places. Before, you know what? Tick, 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 dynamite. And he got, well, he'll explain it. All right. Hey, we are live on YouTube now with all 4 nights of our programming. And we, of course, drop our video podcast there. Okay. So that's what's coming up. All right. We covered that. Follow the notes. After up this week, intro, host. Okay. We're going to introduce Kippy. I already did. I hope, Kipp, you okay with that runner-up?
Hey, Denny. Oh, we're going to do it now. I didn't realize, got a lot going on.
Yeah, you do. As a producer, this is the world you live in now.
Did you say, am I okay with it saying BBC runner-up?
Yes, I did. I wanted to.
Yeah, it's fine. It just gives me a little bit of a tick.
Yeah.
But I've had to live with that tick for about 40 years now, so yes.
We might as well just put this out there. I've said it. I don't know if it's true. Did you serve out of bounds to win the VBC?
I don't think I did, but I don't know. Maybe I blacked it out. I don't think that I did. I know that I don't even know that we had championship point. I know that we went in. It was my partner Francis Rodriguez, right? Mm-hmm. And I just met him that morning, and we won the winner's bracket. We went undefeated the whole day. So we had 2 games to win the championship, and we lost to Dana, I think, right? As I recall.
No, did he? I don't think he ever won one.
No, Brad Barber, maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah, funny, I can't even remember who we lost to now.
Well, this is a theme of your show tonight: is guys who didn't win it that were great VBCers.
Yeah, it doesn't mean we have to honor the ones that won. We lost to somebody. Okay.
Point well taken.
Yeah. How's their show going? How's their VBC going? Their VBC show. Those guys that won.
Right.
Jeff Lennon in the house.
Jet Ray. All right.
Yeah, we got some Lennons.
Okay.
Like
They'll keep coming. They'll boost the ratings like they always do. So, Kipp, what do you got in store for tonight as the producer?
Well, as VBC show producer this week, we're going to be talking about the perennial bridesmaids, the people who played in the tournament a million times and never could quite close the deal. So I couldn't choose a better co-host than my cousin Danny Bowley, who has been helping me produce the show. And, we're working along with your wife, Christine, who's my cousin. As well, and she's been handling all the juggling act behind the scenes, trying to make sure we get all our photos and our videos and see if we all land at the same time. But there's DB right there.
Hi, guys.
Hey, DB.
Yeah.
Gilbert's. Sorry about that. Another perfect day. Another perfect Taco Tuesday. Thank you so much, Gilbert's. You always do such a great job.
Yeah, in fact, we're supposed to do our commercial for Gilbert's right now, right? Before we continue talking. Is that correct, Dennis? It says so on the notes. I'm looking right at the notes, just like a real studio. I'm set up right up here. Yeah. So let's go to Gilbert's and play that commercial if Christine's ready for that.
Remember to mute.
And remember to mute, people.
Yeah.
Gilbert's in Santa Monica. Gilbert's El Indio in Santa Monica. Family owned. Mexican food. Margaritas, guacamole, cerveza. Gilbert's in Santa Monica. Gilbert's El Indio in Santa Monica. ¿Me puedes dar una margarita, por favor, señor?
It's always good. See, it's always a good commercial.
Yes.
So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to talk a little bit about with some of the photos I brought up. And we want to say, again, thank you to Gilbert's for the unbelievable food, the unbelievable drinks. It's incredible. And they are an institution in Santa Monica. And we intend to keep them as such by supporting them with our family and friends and our community to keep them going strong. So please, everybody who's watching, please, if you're in the LA area, order to go, order for delivery, all that stuff, because they're just awesome and they're a great family. Keep going.
I got one question. Is this screen only? Is this screen only for runner-ups? Because I should leave. Should I leave?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Understood. I'll leave. Like Michael Jordan at the Olympics.
That's what I'm talking about. Now we get down to the real. Oh, you're muted still, sweetie.
Thank God.
Yeah. Thank God.
He's a nightmare.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't even realize we let him win a lot of those because it was his house.
Right.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. So I'm going to go through a few photos, and then we'll bring back DB, and we'll start talking about the whole perennial bridesmaids thing and bring on our first special guest. So if Christine is ready, she can start showing some of those photos, and yeah, I can start commenting on those if my audio is still going. Okay, there's us doing the national anthem. That was one of the joys of our of all those years doing it, was that we got to do the halftime ceremonies, sing the national anthem. It's more nerve-wracking than singing at a Laker game or Raiders or anything. That's me before a game, wearing my St. Mark's shorts. You can't tell that I'm wearing St. Mark's shorts, but that's all my nieces and nephews wishing me luck before I went on. That was awesome. In the Nargis yard, I think. No, the Stedmans. And then that's when we set up on top of the overhang there. We set up the microphones and the trophy and the scoreboard. It was amazing. It was really great. Michael set up all that sound. Really great memories. There's my mom. You guys show my mom if we're going to do this. I mean, come on. All the aunts and uncles were there at as many games as they could be. And it was such a joy to play in front of them, as we've said in all the other shows. It's so nerve-wracking to play in front of them because they're the ones you want to impress the most. And my sister Mimi singing the national anthem is still one of the absolute highlights ever of doing the VBC. Right, DB?
Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
So many great memories.
Mm-hmm.
Are we having more video, or are we done with that?
I think we're done with that. Maybe we'll play it at the end. We'll play Mimi singing at the end of the show. That might be kind of fun.
Great.
So, perennial bridesmaids. Danny and I were actually partners twice. We got chosen together twice. Yeah. And for anyone just joining us, every year it's luck. It's just the box cobbler. Ray Castro made a box, and you would pick an A player and a B player, and Kevin would put them on the board. So you didn't know who your partner was till the night before the tournament. And DB and I were lucky enough to play together twice. And I think we might have some photos of that, actually. Christine might have photos of us playing together. Christine?
That was one of my third place finishes, was with you.
Yeah, third place.
Yeah.
Look how tan we were, too.
Bridesmaids.
Yeah.
So, oh man. So a lot has to go in, obviously, to the draw. Like, there's so much. Obviously, there's great players with Sean. Back in the early days, it was my only chance as an A player to probably win it, because later on, when you had the Swadicks and Legrands and everybody else, it was tough, right?
Yeah.
So a lot has to come into play. You have to get a good draw. You have to get a good partner, and you try not to meet the likes of Michael Boley or Mark Carrillo or Mark Lorino until the semifinals or the quarters, at least, so you know you have a chance right there.
Yeah, or you hope they knock each other off before we even have to play, so we don't have to play two of them or three of them.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So I don't mind. The label of a bridesmaid is fine. I mean, there's so many. Just watching The Last Dance last night and watching how Michael took Carl and Stockton and Reggie Miller, and like they never won. So I get it. They're great bridesmaids players. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think for me, it was having a good partner, but also I was good. I wasn't great. I wasn't Michael Boley. I wasn't Sean Davis. They didn't make mistakes at the end. And I think for me, I made mistakes at the end where those guys just knew how to win when it came time to win.
Wow. because you were great. I was watching some video footage that we have to have digitized, so we can't really put it on the show yet. But I was watching some footage, and you were amazing. The showdowns between you and Michael Boley. I mean, I know what you mean. Some people have different strengths and stuff, and maybe those guys did know how to close the deal more. But you were amazing. You were amazing. But you can ask any of our cousins or anybody. So, it's just how it plays out, and that's what's the beauty about the tournament is that who you get picked with, who you play against on the way up, and all that.
Yeah, you need a good draw. You need a good draw. You need a good B. And then you need a little bit of luck when you're going to go up against the pros. I mean, you just are. Yeah.
When I see some of the people who won and ended up with their name on the net, I think, wow, they made it through that they ran the what's that called? The gauntlet. They made it through all these incredible players by somehow so-and-so didn't play great in that game. And then, they worked their way up, and what are you going to do? So I'm happy we're even in the conversation.
Like Denny should have never won it.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that's
okay.
kind of
We both agree on that. Right.
Yeah.
It's a bummer. Right. Okay.
By
the way, Kipp, make sure that people ask questions because we want to get to that later on.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to have a section now that we're adding to this show every week, and it's going to be called Counsel with the Council. And what that means is it's a Q&A, and anybody who wants to start sending in questions, I'm going to click on that so I can see what people are saying. If you want to send in any questions at the end of the show, I'm yelling. Why am I yelling? At the end of the show, because a lot of people are at home. They're watching this at home. That's far away from where I am right now. Anyway, you can send in questions, and then we'll look at all the questions, and we'll pick a few to answer. And we have everybody in what we call the dugout. So all the different guys from the BBC, the council, will be waiting to answer these questions. And we made a little theme song for it if you want to show that, Christine. Let's see if we got it.
Council with the Council VBC, Council with the Council Q&A, Council with the Council VBC, answering your questions. Questions.
Oh my God. So good.
Am I mute?
You're mute, Kipp.
Okay, now I'm all right.
There you go.
Okay. So later on, we'll be answering your questions. But for now, we're going to bring on, wait, let me move my schedule here. We're going to bring on what most people would consider the greatest player in the VBC to ever not have won an actual championship, and the most impressive, the craftiest, the hardest hitter. Like a couple weeks ago, we were all talking about who did you wish, when they were picking the names out of the hat, who were you wishing for? And a lot of us said this next guy. Although obviously any of us would want to play with Michael Boley, that was a given because he was, the king and amazing, and he knew how to work all the yards and how to play the best and everything. But this guy was right up there with him, and he just never quite closed the deal. But he was always so amazing to have around, great spirit, great family. And so Danny Boley and I are very happy to invite on to Inside the VBC Show, whatever the show's called, Mr. Mark Lorino.
What's up, guys?
Marky.
Are you wearing a VBC shirt?
Oh, look at this.
Unreal. Wait, stand up.
How's that?
Ah. So cool.
About that is that's the Dewey Weber, which came back, which now come back. It's a big deal right now.
Right.
I got my whole collection.
Oh my God.
I think I have mine somewhere, but I don't know where. Wow, that's so cool. Yeah, Kevin designed like a racing stripe one that's sort of like Dewey Weber.
Dewey Weber, yeah.
Yeah, so cool. Wow.
Awesome.
So
Thanks for joining, Mark.
What's that?
Thanks for coming on.
Oh, no problem, man. I love it.
Yeah. We have some photos of Mark doing his thing back in the day. Let's see what we got as they come up. Look at that. Look at those hops.
Classic.
Wow. Sadly, right in front of the net where you put your name.
I know.
Or don't. Ugh. Let's see what else we got.
Oh, is it just?
Let's see. Oh. Look at that.
Where was that, Mark?
That's at Pierce.
Pierce College?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Were you
That
runner 2?
1.
Oh my God.
This is against El Camino. Look at that hair.
Look at that, bro. And then we got a photo. Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Nice Chippendales photo.
Yeah, that's the Surf Festival.
Holy mackerel.
That was classic.
There
we go.
And there you are watching the VBC. Oh, next to Herman.
Herman. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out who's in that photo. Everybody's watching that game. Everyone is gathered around watching that game, and I can't see in the photo who that is that's serving. Is it Billy Blazer?
No. Go to it. I don't see it yet.
Everybody's watching. Michael Bowley, Kevin.
It's Marky Lennon.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's his hair. You can see his hair. Yeah, that's who it is.
Left-handed.
And Michael's there. Mark Carrillo off to the side.
Yeah, and Mark Loreno's smiling, so it must be an entertaining game. This is cool. This is so great to have you on.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark. So we've asked the question throughout the panel and with MB and Michael Lennon and Kipp, and so Friday night comes and obviously you're long-standing St. Mark's. Frank Nargi, I think, was he your godfather?
Yeah.
Right? So Frank Nargi was your godfather.
That's so cool.
And we always talk about how big getting that B is. Like, if you get a B, because the court's small enough that you can take it all and you can pass every ball, and you just needed someone to scoop it up behind you and set you, that you were going to be okay. So Friday night comes and the draw's coming out, and what are you wishing for? Because obviously we weren't on the net. So what are you wishing for?
Yeah, I like in the earlier years, I remember, I didn't know many of the people. So when the name was drawn, I'd run to you guys and say, hey, who is this guy? Do I have a shot? But all you're really looking for is, someone that could possibly set or, something close to it. Because it's pretty tough out there, the whole court, even though it's small. And especially if you get up against a couple of decent players, a good A and a good B. It's a whole different game.
I got to say, okay, it's very similar to the music business. When musicians go see somebody who's great and not just good, you're laughing a lot when you're in the audience. You're just laughing. You're watching this great guitar player or whatever incredible musician, and you're just laughing and high-fiving each other. And there were certain players in the VBC where you wanted to watch their games because it was so funny to watch how hard they could hit. And we used to all just gather around and watch your games just to see you spank it because, in indoor, it's different. It's 6-man with 2-man on grass. It's so different than the sand because when you hit and nobody touches the ball and hits and it goes over the fence or whatever because you hit it so hard and everyone's laughing and going, oh, and all our aunts and uncles are laughing and everybody, there was such joy in watching you play. I mean, I know we're pouring it on kind of thick, but that's the truth. It was, it was such a joy to watch people who could really spank it really hard and great defense. And then what you used to do that like kind of cobra thing, whatever it was called. What did you call that? So cool.
That's how you pass the ball. You would pass the ball like that perfect almost every time.
Yeah. I learned that at the pier.
At Santa Monica Pier?
Yeah.
Yeah. All those old guys, right?
I wasn't old then.
No, I don't mean old like old. I mean the guys that have been playing for a really long time. They do one of those kind of things. It's so cool.
There was a guy by the name of Spider and Bobby Barber who were those kind of guys. I don't know if you remember that, Mark, but
oh yeah, what's funny is like when I think back, those guys played on the outer courts, and it's like, oh shit, I'm one of those guys now.
Right.
We thought they were old guys, and they were probably late 50s, maybe early 60s.
Yeah, isn't that funny? When Denny interviewed Jim Mingus the other day with St. John, it was so funny to see that Jim Mingus talking about how he watched Prime Sports and he used to sit home and watch it. I was like, how weird! Like he was the absolute king for a decade, and then now he's just sitting home watching it like the rest of us. So funny. I know a lot of these guys that are in the bullpen would love to say hi to you and ask you questions and stuff. So just because hosting doesn't mean we need to be on screen. So if Christine, whoever you want to bring up that wants to say hi to Mark and talk.
I'd like to give a shout out to Jeff because Jeff You know,
Jeff
we were in,
or Jeff
Lennon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I remember going to his house. I think it was the 8th grade. We had some kind of party and the net was up and we played like some jungle ball game, I remember. But going in high school, we went to high school together, going over there and walking in the backyard and seeing a court. And it was like, oh, cool. He's got a court in his backyard. It was so cool.
Oh, that's so great.
Hey,
So part of
Mark.
why you did it VBC was because of Jeff?
I think so.
You were playing hockey with us too, though. I mean, you were
Yeah,
playing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you guys found out about the tournament because I didn't play the first few years. I didn't come in until maybe 86,
Oh.
87, I think.
I don't know, Michael.
I don't remember.
Hey, Mark Larino.
Yes, sir.
You took a 2nd and a 4th in your years at the VBC. I know you played with Mike Vehar. I know you played with Brian Sacramone, and I know you played with Mike Montgomery months. I'm trying to figure out who was the second against. Was that against Fallowfield, or did you lose to Carrillo? You remember?
The second I lost to Kevin and Sean Davis.
Oh, Sean Davis. That was it.
Yeah.
And then the 4th, who did you play with? in there?
Michael. I don't remember that. I can't remember that. And then some of the other tournaments, like I said, I didn't know all the people. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have it written down anywhere or on any brochures, but I wish I could remember. Look at my.
There's Lennon.
Oh, he's got it.
Oh, that's something else. Sorry.
Oh. Nice job, Mike.
Hi, Mark.
What's up, dude?
Love you, man. Good to see you.
You too, man. I love this.
I still have the cigar
Reno.
you loaned me.
Oh, cool.
Still taking care of it, and I have it whenever you want it back, but I'm using it.
Good. You can have it, dude. That's yours, man.
I love you.
All right, dude. What's up, Michael Boley? You're muted, dude.
It says I'm not.
There you go.
There
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now you're good.
So I have to tell you, I went on your Instagram today, and I have to. I'm going to be completely honest. Like, you were such a legend to me when I was a younger kid, because you were in school with Michael, my uncle, who was one of my favorite uncles of all time. With Kevin, they were a little closer, but I remember watching you play sports, and I remember watching you play volleyball, which I started to love as I got older, and I admired everything you did in that game. I loved watching you play. I couldn't believe you could jump that high. It was kind of scary, like, oh, is that guy going to come down? And so I mean that when I tell you that you had I got to play at a pretty high level, and I had a fun time doing it, but you kind of set the standard for me to do that. And we were fortunate enough to play in a tournament together in Santa Barbara. And I look back and I think to myself, God, we could have had some good success. Like, you and I would have been a pretty good team, I think. And your hands were just perfect. And it was unreal. But I want to tell you that because you started me off with this, like, I wanted to be like you and then get better than you because you were so good when I was a kid watching you play.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I saw your comment, and it's like, I remember going to Santa Barbara, and I was thinking, God, this could be pretty cool. And I don't know if it wasn't chemistry or what, but I just remember not playing well at all.
Yeah, I think it was me. I'll take the blame on that one. But, I got to tell you a funny story about the VBC too. Do you remember beating me in the first round? You and I got matched up in the first match of the morning. The first match, you were playing with Brian Sacramone, and I was playing with Billy O'Connor. And you guys beat us the first match, and I had to play 11 straight matches to come back. And I thought, oh my God! But I thought that was going to be your year for sure because you had a pretty good partner that year. But you beat me the first match of the day. I can't believe we got picked draw to play, or we got to play each other that first round.
That's crazy. I didn't think I played you or Danny, but I guess I did.
Yeah. I remember that, man. I remember a lot of those. So you were a legend, big time in your own
Thanks,
way.
man.
Oh, I love it. Love seeing your face. It's so cool.
Too kind. Kevin Lennon.
Hey, Mark, how are you, man?
Good, man. What's up?
Good. I'm sorry about the finals in '88.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you see my comment? I said I still wake up having nightmares about that.
Yeah, I had a good partner.
That was a good match. Yeah.
It was a great match. Yeah, it was. It was.
Sean's B was better than my B.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's what it comes down to at some point, right?
Oh yeah.
Who's that A balanced with who that B is?
Yeah.
I wasn't one of the better A's, but I got a great B when I won in '87. So I was really lucky that year.
That's awesome, man.
And like you said, Mark, it's like you just want an athletic guy that can step up and do the fundamentals and deliver, right?
Yeah, just you're just hoping for someone who could like little ball control. That's all you wanted.
Just someone athletic, that can just pick up the basics.
Yeah, really.
I think that's how I won.
Yeah, I forgot to tell Danny and Michael that me and Mike babysat them when we were in the 8th grade. We went over their house and babysat them.
Hey, Loreno.
Yes, sir.
How's it going, buddy?
I'm loving this. I'm loving it.
Kevin, I don't know how you feel, but in MB and Mike Lennon, don't you feel a little guilty being on the show tonight? Right? I kind of feel like we're being attacked for winning.
I feel honored a little bit. I mean, I got a little bit of both, but I feel honored that I'm in presence of someone that I looked up to. He was a legend, man. So I feel honored.
Me too.
Kevin, what's your thought?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm honored too, and it was the one guy. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, I was gonna say the one guy that I didn't want to beat in the finals because I just like I knew how bad he wanted to win that, but I sure wanted to win it too, and I wasn't gonna, But I will say, on another note, real quick, in case I get taken off the put back in the dugout, is Mark Loreno also was unbelievable roller hockey player, and we were all roller hockey players. We eventually became known as the Slashers in Gilbert's El Indio and that whole correlation. But earlier on, Mark was like obviously our best player on our old Venice Bruins team. He could play hockey, man. He could play hockey.
Thanks, Kev. It was a couple weeks ago, I guess, when Tony was on. It was good to see him, and I remember Tony taking us down to Oxnard or up to Oxnard to play in that roller rink.
Yeah,
and he was always there to support us. It was so cool.
Tony went undefeated in the VBC, Loreno.
Yeah, I know. Thanks.
Yep.
Hey, Denny.
Yep.
Denny.
Yep.
A little extra trivia between us and the Lorenos. Of course, the Lorenos went to St. Mark's, right, Mark? Yep. And my brother Tony knew Mark's older brothers, but Mark and I played for the Pee Wee Whites at Venice Pop Warner, I think, for Coach Soto, right, Mark?
Oh.
Is Mark frozen?
Mark, are you with me?
Mark might have froze up there.
I think that's a fake Muppet of.
You played for the Sotos. Oh, you the dad, like Mr. Soto? Oh, wow. He was a good coach. He coached me in baseball.
Mark was a quarterback. Even back then, he was like the best guy on the team, could do anything. And Mr. Soto made me run running back one game at Venice High School. I'll never forget. Mark Loreno handed it off to me. I got 10 yards, but I was illegal procedure because I left early. By one time that Mr. Soto let me go in and play 10 yards. All back. You left early, but he got a little too excited.
I gotta say, I have to agree with Kevin what he said about Mark Loreno playing roller hockey. I used to go watch you guys play. I played a couple times just for fun, but I used to watch you guys play like when you're in your league, sponsored by Gilbert's, and he. Watching him get the puck, everyone else was great. You guys were amazing. Vinny Carter and all you guys were really Bill and everybody were great players. But Mark would get the puck, and it was like that difference between when Wayne Gretzky has the puck and other people. Like you just feel like he's just sort of gliding through everybody. It's just like a grown-up's here. Now there's a grown-up here, and he's got the puck, and he's just going to slide through and make a nice, sweet shot. He played every sport like that. Same with volleyball. Because the VBC, the courts were so small that whatever your B did when someone would dig up a weird dig, he'd have to get to it so quickly because you never know who these people are that are your B player. And he was always so crafty that way. I know we keep using that word, but that's what was so fun to watch. And now I'm by myself. There you are. So I guess we lost Mark. But you know what we can talk about? Oh, there he is.
Yep, I'm on.
We can, speaking of bridesmaids, another bridesmaid. Sorry.
Hey,
All right.
Ray,
Yeah.
can I
I
see
thought
your?
the show was about me, actually. Then Marino came on. I went, oh.
Hey, can I see? Can I see your Michael Jackson glove? Wow.
I know. I forgot.
What is that? Is that your FedEx delivery glove?
I rode my bike here.
Ah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like your look today. You got an ocean behind you.
Thanks.
Got a little front light. Much better tonight, Cobbler.
It is a lot. It's
Hey,
a lot
guys.
better. Better internet.
Much better tonight.
Hi, Cab.
Yeah,
I thought my name was. I thought my name was going to say the box cobbler.
Wow.
Jeez.
Hands.
Making some demands.
No, I just thought that's what was going to happen.
Ray, you come over to Lennon Productions. You got box cobbler on everything. License, Maserati.
Okay, we'll talk again tomorrow.
So Ray.
Huh?
Hey, Ray.
Yeah.
Hi. We got a
Okay.
show going. Yeah.
Hold on, I got a guest. I have a guest. Hold on.
A guest.
Oh my God, Wade Benson is in the comments.
Billy Lennon.
What in the world?
Billy Lennon.
You can thank Kevin for that one.
Wow. Hey, guys,
Oh, there I am, box cobbler.
There you
I'm
are,
here.
box cobbler.
hey, Wade Benson is in the comments.
No way.
Where is he?
Yeah.
What do you say?
There he
Even though I
is.
never played in the actual
Have
tournament.
the Benz ever would
What
have.
if the Benz ever would be have placed?
Wow.
He would have been an A.
The dude. Chow McRib, dude. Hey, Ray.
Yes.
You're on the schedule to tell us what it was like to be a bridesmaid. Like, who did you play with? How close did you come to the finals, and how close?
I played with Kevin's partner, Sean Davis. And
what happened?
and also with
a lot. Apparently, legend has it that I trap set him for the last point. I overset him. Apparently, I don't think it's true. Wait, I'm trying to get middle. There we go.
I need to clarify, Kipp. I kind of feel like Ray set Michael Boley to win the championship as opposed to trap set.
And I did it.
For those following along at home, that means Michael Boley was on the other side of the net. He was on the other. And Ray supposedly, allegedly, overset, and it was like setting Michael Boley.
Mike?
I don't think I did.
No, Ray, we've had our conversations.
I know.
I
But,
made a great block.
We have that.
Yeah, thank you. There's there's legend. What do you call it? Darn it, I won't remember the name.
Urban legend.
Urban, I guess.
Yes.
It's an urban legend.
Okay.
I'm an urban legend.
Can I answer?
You know what?
Benson's
The gloves are
question?
coming off.
Okay.
You want to get into it?
Yeah. You don't need to yell, Ray. We can hear you, buddy.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going with that.
Michael, what were you going to say?
I wanted to see if I could answer Wade Benson's question, which I'm so fired up that he's even in the chat.
And let's make sure we recognize that when DeBenz is talking, DeBenz refers to himself in the third person, and that's why we love him.
Yep. So the Benz was a very good athlete. If you guys remember, he could do it all. He served, he could play basketball. He was a great volleyball player, good tennis player. I think the Benz with the right B could have done some damage in the VBC because he was very cagey with how he handled the ball, and that's a compliment. So I think he could have gotten. I think he would have been on this show as a perennial bridesmaid, but I also think he had a chance to win at least one. So I'm going to give him that prop.
I like it.
His anger would have kicked in. It would have scared.
I agree.
Kipp,
Yes,
would you
sir.
mind if I asked Mike Boley a question on your show?
Yeah, I guess.
Mike, you used to take a lot of heat for being the ultimate bridesmaid. We actually had a gorilla on your back instead of a monkey on your back in one of the programs. You're the one who can speak to coming up short and then climbing the mountain and sticking your flag in it twice. So, Mike, give us a perspective on both sides of coming close and also of winning.
It was a horrible feeling because not only was I one of the founders of the VBC, I had my chances many a times, and I couldn't close the deal, and that was the frustrating part for me. There was a side to me that was I didn't quite understand how I couldn't get over that hump. But I can tell you the feeling of finally doing it. I think it was like 7 years or something after 7 or 8 years. It was like, wow, I'm in the presence of Denny and Tony and Michael and Kevin, and there was some pretty good some names on that net. But I certainly, like everybody here, wanted to be on that net, and I wanted to do it at least once. And fortunately for me, I was able to do it twice. But it was scary, man. And after a while, I hated the teasing. I couldn't stand it after a while because it was so many times I was getting in the second places. And it was like I didn't want to shake hands afterwards, but you guys did a pretty good job of making sure that people knew. You did.
Well, basically, you're describing the rest of our lives, Danny and my lives. Like, now we just drink margaritas and talk about the past.
But you know what? You know what's a great question is when we played family members, how hard that was. Like I hated playing family members. I hated it. Seriously, like there was a lot of times when we played family members and I didn't like it because it was just like, I'm a jerk for beating someone that's, or whatever. It was horrible. It was just, you didn't know how to kind of act. It was weird.
The truth is, I know we're teasing all you guys for winning and making fun of all that, but the truth is, just to be in the conversation means that we played well enough to be in the conversation, and we had so much fun for so many years, and it was hardcore competition. And for like me, I didn't play organized sports in high school or anything, so that was like a moment like the Turkey Bowl or whatever, where you get to feel that rush and feel the whole support of the family. And I remember when I was in the finals with Francis and we came out, they do the big introductions for the finals at like 10 o'clock at night, and everybody's exhausted. You come running out of Denny's room and everybody's cheering and stuff. And as I ran out there, Michael Lennon comes running out onto the court because we had just been offered to open for Fleetwood Mac. Our band Venice had been offered to open for Fleetwood Mac on their reunion tour, and it wasn't for sure going to happen, but we weren't sure. And he comes running out and he goes, "If you win this, we're going to get the Fleetwood Mac tour." And I was like, yeah, we were all fired up. And neither one of those things happened. But it was a great moment because it's all about what's that?
That would be the second time that music interrupted you winning a VBC championship.
I guess it would be. For
I
those,
was going to say something like that too.
Yeah, nice. Thanks for all the love.
So, Kipp.
Yes, sir.
Getting back to what MB was just saying about playing family, there was a year that I got paired up with my Uncle Tom, and he got paired up with TR. So it was two of the older brothers playing two of the older brothers, and it was such a I competed with my brother all my life, whether it was in the backyard or in the baseball diamond at North Venice across the street. But I never knew what Tommy and TR had, and hopefully maybe in a show somewhere down the future we can get them on together and see where their mind frames were, because I knew that I always competed hard against my brother and never wanted to lose, even though I did probably 95% of the time. And TR and Tommy, I've never asked them, but I wondered if there was, because they were both great athletes.
Oh, yeah.
But I never asked if it meant more to him or more to TR of who was going to win and how they were going to play against each other.
I was just watching the footage of that yesterday, the stuff that we don't have digitized yet. Yeah. And wow, to watch that match between you and Tommy and Michael Wayne and TR, it's gnarly. You can just feel it. Everybody's like gathered around center court. It was right in the middle of the day, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Denny's backyard. And it was, so when you got all four family members playing in a game together, it meant all the uncles, everyone came and watched. Forget about anything else going on.
Yeah.
Because this was like, okay, everyone's here. This is Michael and Danny and Tommy and TR.
And there wasn't a lot of joking on the microphone or anything. It was just like play ball. Yeah. So cool.
So good.
Yeah.
Those were fun matches. I remember those. The families. When family members played family, it was something to watch.
Yeah.
Yes, Loreno's back.
Yes.
Hey, Loreno. How you doing, Mark?
Guys. The internet just dropped out on me.
That's right.
Hey, Mark. Sorry I couldn't have got you a better B player. I tried, but that's for another show.
All right. That's fine.
One thing I want to say about Loreno as well, there's two types of athletes that played in the VBC. There's the Santos and me and sometimes MB that they showed what they had. They showed their emotion. They got angry, and you can see it. And I got angry, and Santos and this and that. But I will say, what Michael was saying to you earlier about how good your hands were and how high you jumped and how awesome it was to watch you play, which it was for me. But what I took from you was how awesome you were to your partners. You never once said, hey, get over there. Or, hey, come on, you got to set better. Or, hey, which is what I for sure did, because I can tell you I did. And you always, like, I know it burned inside of you, but outside, you didn't let anyone know you were anything but a gentleman on the court. And I just admire that about you. I always have.
Thanks, man. It means a lot.
Yeah, you bet.
That's so true. And it means a lot to the people, everyone organizing the VBC, to have those kind of players that are super intense, totally want to win, but are totally respectful of our family history, of our aunts and uncles, of the people on the court, of their partners, whoever they got and fate gave them for that year. And you were always that way. And you were always working your ass off, but also really, like Danny said, so. Boy, we're just keeping the praise on Mark today.
Top notch, man. Top notch.
No, it was tough too, because like you said, I want to win, and you got this big crowd of people around, and it's supposed to be a fun tournament, but still everybody wants to win. You can't just go off on somebody. It just doesn't look good.
Yeah, right. And then that's what the fun of it was, like us on the microphones, if somebody started to lose their temper. Especially new guys that like didn't expect anyone to razz them when they were, blowing their lid or whatever. And then you get Mark Carrillo or Michael Lennon or somebody on the microphone saying, oh, look who's losing their temper or whatever. And then everybody would laugh. And it really was a great equalizer, another one of those equalizers.
But what that did though, Kipp, to your point, is it shut them down. Like, oh my God, I better not do that again. Like, because it was announced, right? So it was a big deal to call him out on it. Only one guy probably wouldn't care, and that would have been Santos, because that's who he was, and he lived off that, and he that's how his fire came from that. Yeah. But most of the guys that didn't know our family or didn't know us would be like, "Oops, I better not do that again."
And then they would go like, they'd yell out a swear word at like 8 o'clock in the morning. With everybody with their kids and everything, and then somebody on the microphone go, "Oh, potty mouth!" Like that's the last thing you expect,
I wanted to say that one, I love that Mark Carrillo Santos enjoyed being that bad boy that we named the award after him. It became the Mark Carrillo Bad Attitude Award, and so that was one thing. And then one of the other people that I hear on the radio, on sports talk radio often now, is Matt Unger, and he got renamed Matt Anger at our tournament, and I hear him on the radio because he owns like a significant car dealership, and they bring him up on sports talk radio a lot. And I thought that was just kind of hilarious that he played his Matt Anger into. You can imagine what these guys that are underperforming on selling in a store are taking just in his dealership.
Yeah.
Well, Mark Lorino, thank you so much for joining us. This has been so incredible. We've been talking about you for weeks. I think you've been following along on some of these shows. Yeah, it's great.
I was talking to Danny, I think, and just I can't believe all the pictures and videos you guys have, and I just love that. Love to go back and look at all that stuff.
Yeah. And for anybody, once Gilbert's reopens, once restaurants reopen, when you go to Gilbert's, turn right when you walk in the restaurant and walk down the hallway, and you can see all these guys on the roller hockey team. Look at that. They don't have the fro. Look at the fro. Come on.
Lorino, are you still in Long Beach?
Yeah, same place.
And last question, the grocery store you started out in the Marina Del Rey was called back.
Boys
Market.
Boys Market.
God, I couldn't think of it. That place was awesome.
I still call it Boys Market.
Best donuts for the hockey Oxnard trips. We go to Boys and get those donuts and then shoot out in the blue van.
Yeah, California donuts, right?
Yeah. And then Danny, I don't know how your neck's doing from the barefoot water ski lesson, but
worst accident of my career. Destroyed me.
Yeah, he always brings that up. That's classic.
Destroyed me. Yeah.
That was a good time.
Anyway,
all right, guys.
Mark.
All right, thanks for having me. I love it.
We hope to have you back,
man.
All right.
Cool. All right. Well, we were going to do a question and answer thing, but I haven't seen any questions coming in on the thing, unless my scroll.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
We have a picture that we've seen before, and and anyone can answer this. It's on that that picture of all your first cousins. How many of those people played in the VBC?
Wow.
There's 48 in the picture, by the way.
Did you count to see?
I did. There's 48 in the picture, and there's one. I'm going to give you one because he's not in the picture, and it was Jeff Lennon. He was not in that picture.
He wasn't there?
He wasn't in the picture, but he did play in the VBC.
Okay.
Other than that, there's whoever has a number wants to come up on the screen and take a shot at it.
Well, we'd have to see the photo, right? I mean,
if you do your I did my homework, and I figured out like that'd be a kind of a cool question to see how many of the first cousins played.
Yeah,
that would have had to be in the notes, the show notes, and then the picture would be available to all of us. But whoever, I forgot who's producing.
I did have a photo in the notes that I wanted Christine to bring up for the question and answer. Are we going to do the theme song for the question and answer one more time? We might as well. There it is.
Council. VBC, Council with the Council, Q&A, Council with the Council, VBC, answering your questions. Questions.
Are you there, DB? I think you're muted.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
All right, trivia question. Name those four guys.
Tough
one.
Yeah. Those four guys to the left there? or guys singing?
Well, there he is, quiet. Michael.
Yes.
Name those four guys.
Mike Ledig, Pat Ledig. Sorry, I have a cold. Kipp Ledig and Mark Ledig.
Very good.
I had a question for Michael. There was a photo that I put on the question and answer thing. Pick number 22, that I was going to ask Michael if he knows who it was. He's playing against somebody in the Dahlin backyard.
Yes.
And the guy is jumping so high, and you can only see him from behind. So I was wondering if you remembered who it was.
Are you sure it's not me?
It's you. It's you on the other side of the net trying to like block him or something.
I would say Michael Boley might know that answer because he was dressed in spot sport.
Okay.
My vertical.
On the production.
There's that was pick number 22, but there may be another pick you're referring to. Well, I want to find it. I want to find out who this jumper is.
Oh, I can find it. If you guys take me off screen, find it, and you guys talk amongst yourselves.
All right, you go ahead. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Danny.
DV.
Hi, bud.
How many margaritas come with the sponsorship package? Because I've never had it from Gilbert's.
Depends on how much ice you put in the cup, but I could probably get 5 out of mine.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, really good.
Big one.
Mike, you get one big one.
No, it's about the same. It comes in like a soup container, and it's about 5 over ice. I would say Danny's dead on with that one.
What are those 2 bottles behind you, Michael?
Those are empty depositories. I recycle.
Oh, too good.
These are free now with the virus. These are free.
Oh, wow.
You've been giving them away.
I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, I just got to do a shout out to the box cobbler for stepping up his front light this week. Stepping up. He's got a little man beard going on. I mean, he really has stepped up.
Yeah, he did. We may have pulled him out of his cocoon and put him in a separate cocoon of ours. That said, that's a 1987 VBC Best Defensive Award winner. And I wanted to see if either of you two could get who this is. 1987. And you'll see that the trophy is like a hockey player making a save, like a goalie, hockey goalie. And who do you think this is? Winner of the 87 Best Defense Award.
I was going to say it's you, but then I saw it looks older. I think it's your brother, Bobby.
Oh, boom.
Huh?
Yep, that's him.
Oh, my God. Bobby, I love you.
I know, right? Look at that. He looks like he can still play.
That's pretty good that I could guess that, huh?
Wow.
That's pretty good. Yep. I like that he went with the mask to indicate just how good his defense was.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right.
Who was your partner that year, Denny? Do you know?
Oh, 87. I don't know. He's on the show. He'll have to write in to say who it was. So wait, Gilbert's wanted me to know that they made an extra special for you today. Oh,
Gil Betts, not Gilbert's. Gil Betts.
Oh, Gil Betts. That's a different place. Is that Gil Betts of Indio? Because I know they have
Indio.
a franchise in Indio that we were unaware of.
Of Indio, yeah. In Palm Desert, Indio. Yeah.
That's out that way. Yep. Yeah. That's a tough area. It's a tough area to make it in the restaurant business, but they did it apparently.
Hi to Mimi and Danny.
Hi, Mimi.
Well, our producer is off looking for, I think, a picture. And Mike, I noticed that you didn't have your piano going this week. Oh, you do? Okay. I was just curious.
That was Gilbert from Indio, music only.
Well, I wanted to tell you guys something that's happening online, which is. Oh, you did? Okay, so go ahead, but then remind me. I got something that's fun that's happening.
But I couldn't find it online, so I just found the actual photo, analog version, and I want to show you how high this guy's jumping. I don't know who it is.
Hold it still to the other side. Yep. Oh yeah.
Gotta go
up. That John Tripp?
Can't see
that was my guess, Denny, but MB might know more.
Okay.
There it is.
But that was my guess, John Tripp.
Yeah, he could get out.
Look at Michael just going like, whoa.
Who's gonna like take his legs out and
Beach?
What?
It looks like I'm running from an outsider at Venice Beach.
Wow. Beach lingo. Hey.
Yeah, I had something for you. The Casablanca commercial that Box Cobbler Entertainment put out has now, I don't know if it's called gone viral or not, but there's no fewer than like 6 different versions that have been submitted back to Casablanca. Somebody on an organ, somebody on a guitar, somebody on a saxophone, a group over in Portugal. Not lying. All of these, and we're gonna mash them together and put them up on the Friday show. But it's unbelievable. That one is taken off, and I'm just curious why the Gilbert's Santa Monica commercial hasn't taken off in a similar fashion.
We're gonna have to put Michael on that. Maybe put some chords behind old Ray.
Indio, that's Gilbert.
Nice.
There's do you have any of them? You could run up the organ one is pretty spectacular. Now, for those that don't know, Gilbert's, Paco's, La Cabana, and Casablanca, those are all part of the same family, kind of like a west side of Los Angeles Mexican food syndicate. And so they're all in this, but they're all in it together. So that's why they're part of our sponsorship package. And if Christine has any of these, she'll put them up. But in the meantime, Kipp, I didn't mean to hijack the show with Casablanca stuff. Sorry.
What about Gilbert's, though? Do they have a commercial? Not yet?
Not yet on Gilbert's. No.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Oh, mute everybody.
Mute.
I was just kidding.
En los bosques de Venice, Casablanca nos espera, donde todo es muy sabroso, margaritas y tortillas. Casablanca, Casablanca, donde un chef te atenderá. Él es medio gordito, pero muy simpaticón.
It's morphed. It's gone from like taking Ray's exact song, guitar, or to people are just taking it to different places. So it's pretty interesting.
So we got to
mute again. One more.
Let's go to Casablanca. Let's go and see the thing. Let's go eat some calamari and the world famous food. Order for to go. Order for to go. Order for to go. Order for to go. Casablanca now open for takeout. Enjoy.
So these are unsolicited, and they're just being sent and posted online based on Carlos at Casablanca putting his on Instagram, and then people are just piling on with Casablanca inspired commercials. So I'm just encouraging people to do the same for Gilbert's.
Yeah, we got to step up for Gilbert's, not Gilbert.
Denny, explain to me. So Ray made that first one up, and they're posting it, and now everyone's copying it?
Yes, that is right.
So Ray, we got a lawsuit here. Come to Lennon Productions.
Listen, that one with the guy with the hat, I did that the night before Friday's show.
That was you? That was not right.
I thought it was.
Yeah. Okay. Now this one's my favorite. I think this one is dead on. Here we go. Mute everybody.
Vamos a Casablanca, vamos a Casablanca, todo es muy sabroso, margaritas y tortillas.
Told you. I told you. That's big.
I think they stole that from you.
Hey, I got it. Right there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That was lovely.
That might be my favorite one.
You know, Ray, I mean, even Venice doesn't have cover bands of Venice songs. You've already got a Box Cobbler cover band going. You've got a few.
Scary.
It's pretty
scary.
Yeah, your legend's growing.
I don't know how to handle this.
Well, you're spending your big bucks on paintings of my brother Bill.
No, seriously, I don't know how to handle this.
Ray.
Get closer to the
wow.
screen.
Ray.
Yeah.
You're at Lennon Records. You'd have a security guard with you right now.
Really?
Yeah. You wouldn't have to worry about handling this. This would all be taken care of.
Wow.
Okay. We'll talk after the show.
Yeah, maybe this is better, behind the scenes kind of stuff.
That's a whole nother show.
Yeah.
I do have another El Gilbert's commercial coming out soon, right, Denny?
I've heard it.
So I'm trying to see
Michael, you don't do the vetting.
What's that?
Michael doesn't do the vetting. I do the vetting. I work with them chord to chord, lyric to lyric. I think that's music talk right there.
Gotta go back.
We should probably have respect to Kipp.
Yeah, sorry, Kipp.
All right, if we can bring in DB, and we'll answer this. We got one question from Tina Boley. She says, was the VBC rally scoring or old school? It was.
That one's easy.
Yeah.
That, of course, was side-out scoring. And I don't know that our tournament ever made it to the days of rally scoring, because that may not have came around until late 90s, early 2000s.
I think you're right. And that was also the genius of the VBC, is the games took so dang long that you had to be able to play all the way to 10 o'clock at night.
Right.
Yeah.
And
we had to change the scoring for TV just to keep that in the hour that we had them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got a question for you. Of all the years we played, what was the latest start time the VBC began?
Ooh.
Start time? Oh, was it like the first couple of ones?
Well, so we said everyone's 7 a.m. and we started to get 64 teams. We started that early, but way back in the day, what was the latest we started? Denny, do you know this?
12 minutes.
I would say it would have been the first one, which I don't think we even started till like 11 o'clock or something like that.
Second one.
Oh.
Wow.
What was the second one? That would have been the one that Mark Creel won with Linda.
Yeah.
Before, so that was the one where, well, the award was named after him. That one.
Okay. You either know the answer or not. If you don't, get off.
Go ahead.
Why are you talking about awards? I love you, brother. I'm just kidding.
I'm going to say 11 a.m.
10 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah, that's when we started. That's what the top of the invitation says. The second annual. Yeah.
Like official.
Start
Wow.
time 10 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah, we wish. Boy, and later on, when you're getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning and you're stretching at 6:45, that was gnarly. And the grass is wet.
Yeah, that 7 a.m. call was slippery.
Yeah.
And do you wear shoes or do you not? You know, like that was the question.
Yeah. I think I was a barefoot guy.
Were you?
Yeah, I was a barefoot guy.
Even later, Mike?
I don't know. Later, my memory.
Kev, were you a shoe guy or a barefoot guy?
I think I was barefoot also. I
Yeah,
think
I
I was barefoot.
I was both. I think I
I
even
wore Mike. Hey, Mike, we won it, right?
That's right, Kevin.
Christine, did you swipe these guys? Christine, swipe these guys. We don't need them. These winners. Nobody wants them. Nobody likes a winner.
Yeah. See what happens when you're mean?
This is what I'm squawking about. Just you and me now.
Yeah. That's what happens when you're mean.
Yeah. Winners are mean. Winners are condescending.
Hey, we're trying to get away from bullying people, and that's exactly what you guys do, and you always have.
Yes, I agree.
Stop it.
Yes. Yes. Okay, one more question. Bobby Lennon sent in one more question. You might know this answer. Bobby Lennon says, did Meaty Petey ever fall off of Denny's roof? I don't think so. I know he fell in those acacia bushes. I know he did. He fell pretty hard.
I want to say he did, but he landed on his feet.
Like a cat. Like a
One of
cat.
those guys. I think he did. Denny might know.
That would be fair, DB. But I will say this: he did sit on the corner of my mom's pull-out couch and destroyed that leg. And he was talking to Julie Holmes, and the whole thing came down, and Julie had to sleep on the floor that night. So,
hey, we need to have Meaty Petey on as a guest, and also Mark Carrillo, because they would be great people to talk to.
Yep.
And so, shout out to any other B players we want to say before we wrap it up. Like anybody else who was great, not even B players, great players who never won the big deal. Like
Brian Sacramone. For sure. So he played. I talked to him because I wanted him to come on the show or tried to get him on, and he played with Lorino. And he was so happy. I remember Kevin will remember this too. He was so happy. Oh my God, I got the best player and I got this. And he loses to Tony Dolan, and he'll never live it down. Tony Dolan and Sean Davis. I mean, Sean was good, but Tony was just out there, doing whatever. But he remembers it like it was in his sleep yesterday.
I think Tony Dolan's watching us, as I recall. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a rugby player out there playing volleyball. That's who can win the BBC. That's what's so great about it.
That was Brian's claim to having a chance. I think we all had a chance. I think the last year I played, I got Leanne Sato in '95, and that family obviously is a big volleyball family, but it was just too late for me. I couldn't beat the likes of, even James Toomey and John Tripp, like they played. They can jump on grass, not a problem. On beach, they wouldn't stand a chance. But on grass, they dominated, and I just couldn't get past Lee and Swadek and Michael and Lorino. But that was probably my best B player, like from a statistical standpoint.
There was Mark Lorino sent along a bunch of BBC photos as well that he's not in. There's some really good ones, including some really great players. I'm like, wow, you can see Ish hitting on right above the sidewalk, and some really great stuff. So you guys we should look through that and post some of those. Marty Carrillo was great. Marty Carrillo should have made it. He was hustling.
You're gonna stand by great?
A great baseball player and football player and basketball player.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to.
And Hustler.
Because I know he played with Ish Ikazo in here. I think it was Sean Ikaza. It was a huge elf and Ish, and that team made a little noise.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys notice Tony Dolan said, "Do not disparage the Dolans. Retribution can be swift."
Yeah.
I love you, Tony. I've always loved you. I'm the nice one.
Yeah.
I think it's Teresa Dolan.
Yeah.
Whoop. Oh, is that Teresa?
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
All
you
right.
might want to rephrase.
We'll get an answer soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might want to rephrase, Mike.
Tony, I love you.
While Kipp, while Kevin and Michael are on, I've already created a behind-the-scenes deal with Ray to produce a future episode, but we do need to settle on who's going to be producing other episodes that are coming in the next few weeks. And maybe you could talk to Kevin and Mike about how you enjoyed your process of being a producer.
Yeah, I mean, there are rumors that Paul Kevin might be producing an episode. Oh, wait, where are they going? Hey, guys. Hey, guys. I think if anyone in the world is qualified to produce an episode about the men of the VBC calendar, that would be Paul Kevin Lennon.
There's other.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things.
A lot brewing up here. A lot of stuff stewing around. I just got to, because of the coronavirus, I'm actually still working, so it's a little bit harder for me.
Yeah.
But I've got stuff brewing in this long hair and twizzling and twizzling.
Well, I guess we'll have to talk on camera and see who's going to take over next week, right?
I think Michael and I could put something together that could, have a little music, a little.
I hope you're
bunch.
You guys and you, Michael.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
once my computer's back online, I will jump in with both hands and 3 feet.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, as soon as Michael can shake the candy out of his Dell computer, we're going to be set.
You can't buy a computer at Radio Shack. You just can't. You shouldn't.
Yeah. Mike, what's that, an Osborne computer you have?
That was my original laptop. Yes.
Yeah. And also maybe you should switch from CompuServe to maybe a more like a newer server.
Yeah. Get the Z channel.
If you watch on TV, the scramble, sometimes the nasty stuff will pop up just for a second. Thrilling. More thin, but thrilling.
Hey, and do know that Sports Stories with Denny Lennon is taking Monday off in memory of Memorial Day. So that makes Christine a little more available to any kind of producing process for a Tuesday night show. Just throwing that out there. If anybody wants to.
For next Tuesday.
For this, for a week from tonight.
Yeah, and I'm also Friday half day.
Okay. Okay. Just wanted to. Okay.
Conversation has begun. All right, so let's bring back DB, my co-producer, and we'll say goodbye to everybody.
Oh.
If he's still around. DB. Oh, Kevin wants to say something.
Oh, I'm just saying I'm taking hydrochloroquine. See you later.
You can actually get that from the ice cream man coming by in the truck. Hydrochloroquine. It's really. All right, DB. Good job, pal.
That was a lot of fun, man. That was awesome. Mark Lorino was great, and I look forward to seeing more of those kind of guys come on the show.
Yeah.
And Michael and Kevin, it's so easy, dude. It's so much fun, and you'll love it. I'm here to help no matter what. Like, not even have to have Gilbert's. I just more than happy to throw ideas out to you, because once you get the idea, it's so fun.
Yeah.
You're just fun with it.
We'll eat some Gilbert's, and we want to say thank you to everybody, and we'll wrap it up, and we're going to show Mimi's national anthem to close out the show. I believe.
Don't we have to kick it off with Buck?
With what?
The dog, Buck.
Oh yeah, Buck. Oh no, is that at the end? Is that after Mimi?
Well, someone will kick it off after Mimi.
All right.
Hey, Kipp.
Yes, sir.
Stretch for a little bit so we can find the Mimi video.
Oh, okay, I thought you had it ready. I thought we talked about that. So
hey, Denny, can you answer me a question? I'll stretch it out.
Absolutely.
What did Kevin mean by saying, because of the coronavirus, I'm still working? Would he not work if the coronavirus wasn't here?
No, he never. He actually has never worked before.
Oh, okay.
And then when the coronavirus came around, that's when he decided to start working.
Okay.
Contractors are the guys that don't actually work.
Got it.
Right. Tell people what to do.
Right.
Anybody can do that.
As soon as the coronavirus came around, he X'd everybody else and then had to do the work himself.
Oh,
looks like we
ready?
we got
Mimi, close it out. Here we go.
mute everybody.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Sports stories. Sports stories. Sports stories. That's all I got for you today. Sports stories with Danny Lennon at 5 Sports Stories.
Sports Stories with Denny Lennon is supported by the AAU. Find a local event and join at aausports.org. And remember, you can catch your favorite amateur sports live stream, replays, and highlights at ballertv.com. Sports Stories, along with East Bay, supports the Heroes Movement, a nonprofit that bridges the gap from mental or physical therapy to getting strong again through strength and conditioning workouts. This free service is available for any veteran of the United States Armed Forces. Visit heroesmovementusa.org for more information. Sports Stories, along with thousands of people across the country, also supports the My Stuff Bags Foundation, a nonprofit that provides traumatized children with new belongings and new hope. Learn more at mystuffbags.org. Sports Stories with Denny Lennon is a production of Sports Stories, Inc. and is available on Apple Podcasts and YouTube or wherever you listen and watch. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and give us a review. It really helps spread the word. You can find all our social media links, archives, and other info on our website at sportstoriespodcast.com. Special thanks to the John R. Wooden Course and Wooden's Wisdom. Original music for Sports Stories is courtesy of Lennon Music Productions. Original images by Sienna Lennon Photography. Sports Stories is produced by Christine Jimbo and Marley Rice. Sports Stories is edited by Bob McCall. Additional staff include Ray Castro, Teresa Dolan, Jake Downey, Carlos Haro, and Buck Magic Lennon. Kick it out, Buck!
Yeah, kick it out! Kick it out! Yeah, buddy! Way to kick it out!